Bahrain is an island nation. It has a very rich history, you know. This history is filled with beautiful sounds and graceful movements. Music and dance are the soul of Bahraini culture. They tell stories of the past, they celebrate the present, and, well, they also dream of the future. Understanding this journey helps us see the heart of Bahrain. We'll explore how ancient beats have turned into modern moves. Bahrain's story begins a very long time ago. It was home to the ancient civilization of Dilmun. Dilmun was a prosperous trading hub. This connection brought many cultures to the island. Archaeological discoveries tell us about their life. Carvings and artifacts suggest that music and dance were part of their rituals, simple drums made from animal skins. These instruments would have created simple, rhythmic music. This music might have accompanied ceremonies. The arrival of Islam in the 7th century was a major turning point for Bahrain. It brought a new faith, and it also brought new cultural values. These values shaped every aspect of life, including music and dance. Some forms of music were encouraged, while others were seen as less appropriate. The recitation of the Holy Quran is a powerful example of this. Islam didn't erase the old traditions. Songs praised God, told stories of prophets, and celebrated religious festivals. Bahrain is an island, and the sea has always been central to its life and culture. For centuries, Bahraini men were pearl divers. This music is called Sawt. It's a complex urban music style that combines poetry rhythm. The songs of Sawt speak of love, longing, and the beauty of nature. Sawt music was a sophisticated art form enjoyed by merchants and city dwellers. While Sawt was the music of the city, Fjiri was the music of the sea. It helped them coordinate their hard work. The songs tell stories of the dangers of the sea and the hope of finding a valuable pearl. Today, pearl diving is no longer a major industry, but the music of Sawt and Fjiri is carefully preserved. While Fjiri is the sound of the sea, Ardah is the dance of the land. Ardah was originally a war dance performed before battles to boost morale, then after victories to celebrate. The dance really displays strength, unity, and courage. A poet stands among the dancers reciting verses that praise the tribe, its leaders, and their bravery. It is performed today at national celebrations, weddings, and important festivals, connecting the present generation with the proud heritage of their ancestors. Another important traditional performance is Liwa. This dance and music has its origins in East Africa, brought to Bahrain and the Gulf by sailors and traders. The music is dominated by a conical drum called the misindo, and the sound is loud and festive. Liwa is really a celebration of life and community. These traditional forms, Ardah and Liwa, are the heartbeat of Bahrain's cultural life on land. The music of Bahrain is brought to life by a variety of unique instruments. Each instrument has its own voice and, well, its own story. The oud is one of the most important instruments in Arabic music. Drums are the heart of Bahraini rhythm. The mirwaz is a small handheld drum used in Sawt. The table is a large two-sided drum for Ardah. And in Fjiri, water jars called jalas provided deep, hollow percussion. Wind instruments also play a role. The ney's breathy sound and the loud surnai add texture. These traditional instruments are cultural artifacts made by skilled artisans who pass knowledge down through generations. The sounds of the oud, the tabl, and the ney are the sounds of Bahrain itself. The 20th century ushered in an era of unprecedented transformation for Bahrain. With the discovery of oil in 1932, the island nation was catapulted onto the world stage. This newfound wealth fueled rapid development, building new ports and cities, and creating a more cosmopolitan society. This opening to the world set the stage for a profound cultural shift. Suddenly, the world wasn't a distant place. It was in the living room. Radio receivers and later television sets became portals to other cultures. The airwaves carried sounds from far beyond Bahrain's shores. The glamorous musicals of Egyptian cinema, the lush arrangements of Cairo's orchestras, and the infectious rhythms of Western pop, offering a soundtrack to a rapidly changing world. Inspired by this influx, a generation of young Bahraini musicians began to experiment, blending the familiar with the foreign. The traditional oud found itself in conversation with the electric guitar, while modern drum kits added new energy. This wasn't just about new instruments, it was a rethinking of musical form. The long improvisational Sawt gave way to the shorter 3-minute pop song, a format perfect for radio broadcast and a new younger audience. If radio opened the door, globalization blew it wide open. Satellite television and the internet accelerated cultural exchange exponentially, providing limitless access to global music. This digital wave brought new genres, the storytelling of hip-hop, the melodies of R&B, and the energy of rock and electronic music. A new generation of Bahraini artists emerged, fluent in these global languages, using them to tell their own stories. But this rapid change also brought unease. As global culture grew more prominent, a vital question arose. In our rush to embrace the new, are we at risk of losing the old? Would the unique sounds of Bahraini heritage be drowned out? This sparked a national conversation about how to move forward as a modern nation while honoring the deep roots of its past. This delicate balancing act would come to define the next chapter of Bahrain's cultural journey. In response to the rapid changes of the 21st century, a new artistic movement emerged in Bahrain. It wasn't a rejection of global influences, but a thoughtful conversation with them, driven by a generation of creators determined to define a modern Bahraini identity. Across the archipelago, artists started to consciously blend traditional and modern elements. This was a deeper exploration, seeking the common threads between the melodies of their ancestors and the global rhythms of today. They did not want to simply copy Western styles. They wanted to create something new and uniquely Bahraini. This impulse is rooted in the nation's long history as a cultural crossroads, making this fusion the next chapter in its story of creative exchange. One powerful example is the band Majaz. Their music mixes traditional Gulf rhythms, progressive rock, and folk influences. The echoes of seafaring songs meet the driving energy of electric guitars, creating a soundscape that is both familiar and thrillingly new. This fusion is also happening in dance. Young choreographers create new pieces using movements from the powerful Ardah sword dance and the rhythmic Liwa. They combine these with modern techniques and hip-hop, forging a physical language that honors heritage while speaking to today's youth. For example, a traditional Fjiri singing group whose melodies tell of Bahrain's pearl diving history might share a stage with a young DJ. The DJ live samples their voices, weaving them into electronic beats, a dialogue between the island's soul and its digital future. The government and cultural institutions are supporting this fusion. Recognizing its importance, festivals now feature both traditional performers and modern fusion artists. This provides validation, resources, and a prominent platform for these new voices to be celebrated. This creates space for different generations to share art and collaborate. It's where a master oud player can inspire a young guitarist. This environment keeps tradition alive, breathing, and evolving by encouraging bold experimentation and the sharing of knowledge across age divides. This creative blending is the new harmony of Bahrain. It is the sound of a culture confident in its past and excited about its future. It's a testament to an identity that is not static but fluid and resilient, constantly being reimagined by its own people. The story of Bahrain's music and dance is a journey of constant evolution. It's a narrative shaped by its unique geography as an island nation at a historic crossroads. For centuries, the winds crossing the Arabian Gulf brought a flow of people and ideas, each leaving their mark. This has woven a rich tapestry of sound and movement, making the nation's art a living chronicle of its history. From the ancient beats of Dilmun to the modern fusion bands of Manama, the culture has always been changing. Today, in the vibrant capital, young musicians blend traditional Khaliji melodies with jazz and rock, creating a sound that is uniquely Bahraini, yet speaks a global language. Preserving this heritage is very important. It is an act of profound cultural stewardship. The Bahrain Authority for Culture and Antiquities leads this charge, meticulously documenting traditional songs and dances, and supporting the artisans who make the instruments, ensuring their skills are passed on with reverence. They make sure that future generations can hear and see the art of their ancestors, fostering a deep connection to a lineage of creativity. This gives young Bahrainis a powerful sense of identity and belonging in a rapidly changing world. This preservation is not about freezing the culture in the past. It is about providing a strong foundation for the future. By understanding tradition, today's artists are empowered to innovate with confidence. At the same time, Bahrain embraces the new, fostering an environment where experimentation is celebrated. The balance between preservation and innovation is the secret to Bahrain's cultural resilience. It's a quality reflected in the character of its people, adaptable and worldly, yet fiercely proud of their roots. This duality is the engine of its creative spirit. To listen to the music of Bahrain is to hear its history, the rhythmic chants of the pearl divers, the joyful clamor of a wedding. To watch its dances is to see its heart, the collective joy and the unbreakable spirit of its people. It is a culture that honors its past, celebrates its present, and with every beat of the drum and strum of the oud, dances boldly into the future.
Please subscribe and give your feedback. Like and share. Thank you.